Now in this section, what we're going to do is we'll decompose our time series first. Decompose is basically dividing the time series into different parts, where we'll look at components like the seasonality, the trend, what is the residual, and the observed time series. So let's start with that. So decomposition is equals to SMA.TSA.seasonal. This is the same library that we imported earlier. Let's go decompose. What is the time series that we are talking about? It's sales underscore TS. Model that we'll use is multiplicative. Alright. So let's just SMA. I think it's just the SM, yeah, that we imported initially. So we'll just write SM. Right, so there you have the decomposition. Now let's plot this decomposition. The figure is equals to decomposition underscore plot. Then we'll just dot plot, sorry, not underscore plot. Right, so there you have your decomposed time series in three different parts. Okay, now the next part is where we are going to define the PDQ parameters that we will use to optimize the time series, right? And then we'll run some iterations to find out which is the best PDQ parameter that we can use, right? So let's do that. So Q will be equal to T will be equal to range 0 to 2. So we're just defining the Q and D values as 0, 1, 2. Next we'll do is P is equals to range 0 through 4. Okay, now let's PDQ, generate the PDQ sets, right? So we'll do iter tools, the one that we imported, and do a product of P, D, Q. Right, now what we have to do is generate all the possible combinations for seasonal PDQ, right, and store that so that we can use it eventually in our time series when we are doing the optimization to find out which is the best one. So we'll do a seasonal underscore PDQ is equals to x0 comma x1 comma x2 comma x3, and we have something that we're calling as 12, right? So this will become a little clear now once we start working in this. For x in list iter tools dot product P, D, Q. Okay, now alright, so we have our seasonal PDQs ready. Right now, if you want to print them and see what are the kind of values that we're talking about here, so we can do that as well. Let's see if we've closed all the braces. I think there's one additional that we added here, which is basically not required. These values will be passed as a tuple, so we'll just do this. Alright, so these values are passed as tuples and a combination will be stored in seasonal PDQ. Alright, so let's print the values now, right? Print examples of parameter combination for seasonal ARIMA, right? So I print SARIMAX. Okay, so this is just some formatting that we're declaring. Dot format PDQ1 comma seasonal CS PDQ1. Alright, so there we have it. Let's just copy this and change the values here. So this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4. Here we'll have 1 and 1, and then we'll have 2 and 2. Alright. Okay, so this is the parameter combination that we have generated. Now let's build our SariMax model and see where the AIC is the minimum, right? So we need to find that out, because that's the combination that eventually we'll use to build our time series model, right? So let's begin with that. So we'll just filter any warnings that we might get, and we'll say ignore if there are any warnings. It gets pretty annoying sometimes when you have warnings all over the place for each iteration. And next is SariMax underscore model is equals to this. So we're just declaring two lists. One list is the one that will store the AIC values, and the next list is your basically all your SariMax model values, right? So the different combinations of PDQ that we talked about. All right. So let's iterate over it. For param in PDQ, for param underscore seasonal in seasonal underscore PDQ, try mod is, so this is the model building step where we are building our model. STAT state space dot SariMax. The arguments, the first one is your data, the next is your basically parameters that you have initialized, then you have something called as the seasonal underscore order, which will be essentially param underscore seasonal, another one that we initialized initially, then enforce stationarity is equals to false, and enforce invertibility is equals to false, right? So this is the model. Let's get the results into results using mod.fit. Okay, then print SariMax, some formatting that we need here, X, and we need to print the AIC. So AIC will be again some formatting that we need to perform. Dot format PARAM comma param underscore seasonal comma results dot AIC comma end equal to backspace R. Okay, that's great. Now let's append the results. Okay, and that we do. Yeah, I think there is some mistake that we have done here. Results.aic should basically complete over here. There's no comma here. Yes, there's a comma, but this will end over here. Okay, so results.aic param seasonal format comma end R. All right. Now in the next step, what are we gonna do is basically append to the AIC list that we created, AIC, and SariMax underscore model dot append param and param seasonal in a list. Let's go. Okay, so there you go. Now just we need to put the except statement and continue. All right, so this will take, I think, a little bit of time to compute your values for AIC. In the next step, what we're going to do is we're just going to find out the smallest value for the AIC. So let's start working on that. Print the smallest AIC is for model SariMax. What we are saying here is this, and then some formatting again just to get the values. Format minimum value for AIC from the AIC list that we had initially. Then we have SARI max underscore model, and what we're going to do here is basically we're going to just extract the index and few models where we had the minimum AIC, right? So SARI max model, what we have to do here is AIC dot index min AIC. This gives us the minimum value. Okay, so alright, so this extracts the first value, and SARI max we have to extract the model and the second value. Okay, so yeah, now the next thing is to extract the SARI max underscore model AIC dot index min AIC, and we extract the value 1 here, and yeah, this is completed. So let's just wait for this to run, and once we get our model running is complete, we'll get the minimum value for the AIC, and we can see what are the kind of results that we get here. Okay, though, so the smallest AIC that we have received is 799.90 for the model with the PDQ values as shown here, right? So let's build this model. So what we're going to do is mod is equals to sm.tsa.statespace dot SARI max sales underscore ts. So it's essentially going to be the same thing, right? So what we wrote over here, that's the same thing that we have to pick up. Instead of taking the model with the what we're going to do here is, when we are going to mention the order and when we are going to mention the seasonal order, instead of taking the whole values, what we'll do is we'll just take this guy, right? I mean the minimum value that we have found so far. So let's pick this up, slide it over here, right? So our order is going to be SARI max model instead of all the parameters underscore model, and we are going to pick the smallest value, index min AIC. Let's close this, let's close the index, take the 0 value here, right? Okay, so do we have everything right? Okay, we need to complete another basis, right? Okay, so I think we have to close one here, and yeah, take the 0 value for this. Instead of param seasonal, we're gonna take this guy, SARI max model, Control C, let's put this here, let's run it. Okay, so we have a typo here, right? So we have our model fitted. Now let's look at the plot, right? The diagnostics. So we just need to first put this in the results is equals to mod.fit, and next thing is we're gonna show the plot. So results dot plot underscore diagnostics fixed size, just initializing some fixed size, equals to 2014, comma 14, and let's see the plot. Okay, so there we have the plots, right? So the plots show, I mean, randomness. This one is showing that the residuals are randomized and there's no pattern as such that is left. The normal QQ plot shows that it is, your data is normally distributed, and that is essential for you to have. That's the same thing that is being reflected over here also. So this is basically, a good fitment as far as we can see from the diagnostic plots.